right, we are live and doing a radio show. It's pretty cool. Pretty exciting. Don't know if anybody will see this, but we'll check it out. Awesome.
Please don't let me have technical problems today.
Yeah, I know we do, right?
There was one weekend where we didn't have internet.
Oh, no way.
Oh, that was a lot of fun.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
That's right.
Thank you.
Okay. You want to put those all in
Yep.
if you need me adjust the volume? Here.
It's good.
Good?
Oh, I'd go down a little bit.
A little down? Is that better?
Up a little bit. Down just a teeny bit. There you go.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, somebody always messes with that one.
I know, go
it's always
figure.
like super loud because like when I come in here in the week, it's like super loud and it's just
Yeah.
like oh.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And
All right. Try logging back, huh? Well, it'll be cool. I'm going to live stream this on my Facebook page. If you're
Okay.
cool with that.
yeah, and I can help you with that if you need.
Awesome.
I just want to invite Sam.
Got some friends logging on now. That's cool. I've got it on my my phone. And Nicole and Josh are with us already, so that's good.
Cool. He like needs to hurry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell them to keep watching, and we'll get all this stuff settled here in a minute.
Okay. You ready for me to call?
Working it through. Awesome.
Okay.
My wife just logged in. I'm lucky there.
Here, so I'm gonna. Why don't you talk into your mic for me?
Okay. How does this sound?
So you gotta be closer.
Okay. How about now?
Hold on there.
I can't hear myself very well, but
Okay. Keep talking.
hello, hello. Test,
Okay.
test.
Here we go.
Okay. That's
So,
better?
Yep, we're good here. You ready for me to call Sam?
Awesome. Getting everything set up is
Okay.
good stuff.
Should be calling you right now. Okay. Hey, I can see you now. Talk for me. Hey, you're still pretty glitchy. Do you have something running over there? Talk for me again. Okay. Yeah, you got a bit of an echo, but you're coming in right now.
Here we go.
You there? Sam? Sam, can you hear me? Sam, you're going to need to call in. He's like, I can't hear him at all now.
Yeah, calling back. See how it works.
Okay, you ready? I'm putting you in right now.
Hey, my pleasure. It's great to be here. Of course. I'd do anything for you. Almost. Sure. The initial idea came from family, probably from my mom, my grandma, my grandpa. We had a yellow plum tree from Sweden in our property, and I would go and pick the plentiful amount of plums every fall and take a wagon and tote around the neighborhood and sell those bags of plums, which were very unique. No one else could find them, to neighbors for a couple bucks. And I think they were being nicer to me than just good business clients, because they were supporting, a 10-year-old kid pulling plums around. I learned that I could make money then, and I put that money into my bank account, and then I could use it later. So the idea of building a base, I didn't know that's what it was, but I had fun doing it. It felt good. And later on, my parents gave a challenge to my sister and I that if we wanted to own a trampoline, because of course they're dangerous, they're a pain for insurance, whatever it may be, they weren't going to buy us one. So we went out and I think sold half of the items in our house in giant garage sales. and made the $250 it took to buy that trampoline. We did it. We owned it. It ran for years. I did front flips off of it, landed on my head many a time, but it was a great time. And I learned that if you put your mind to it, you can make it happen in a myriad of different ways, but it's there. It's possible. So you're really young. I think I was probably 11 at that point with the trampoline. So later on, I did, yard maintenance in high school. I mowed lawns around the block, pushed a lawnmower where I had to go, borrowed my dad's Jeep, towed a little trailer around, didn't pay rent on the Jeep, which I didn't understand that was an expense, but I did put gas in the lawnmowers, and I mowed 30, 40 lawns this summer. Before it was, the thing to have lawn care, I was hitting up older people and saying, can I help you, and charge them something inexpensive. But still, I put enough money away that I would always have date money when I was 16, 17, not have to go pester the parents for $20 here and $20 there. So pretty young. Oh, I agree. I mean, if you want to know family background, my dad started as a construction worker, ditch digger for a natural gas company. Wonderful job, not very much money in it. He worked very hard. He was a certified welder. Through the trades, he made it up into management by the end of his career, but we didn't have a lot of extra. There were, 3 kids in the family. We were involved with different activities, but the money had to be stretched. My mom worked odd jobs here and there, but she dedicated to stay at home with us most of our childhood. You had to make ends meet, and I don't look back at my early life as losing any opportunity. I think they were all there, but some of them I really did have to go work for. I was a gymnast. Loved gymnastics. Actually, when Sam and I met, I was a gymnastics coach in Hawaii. It was a random thing, but I needed to make money over there, so I used a skill I had, right? I remember months where the only way I could go to gymnastics was pulling money from my savings account from doing odd jobs as an entrepreneur. My parents highlighted that because they wanted to see that if I wanted to continue, there needed to be some sacrifice. So I'm very grateful because I do believe that we want to give our kids everything. We want to make it great, but teach. Right. Well, my wife Mackenzie and I had that dialogue a few years ago. She was a school teacher, is very well educated, taught for 5 to 6 years. We had a child and we had that exact discussion. Do we go out on a limb, put all of the eggs into one basket income-wise, and will you stay home, or are you okay doing that? And she elected to do it, and I'm so grateful because our now 2 boys have her undivided attention. They're very active, very, very active, and I think that they're flourishing because her skills as a teacher and her natural abilities as a great mom are really helping them just come out and be amazing little guys. And I don't take anything away from the families where both parents have to work, but that dialogue happened, that risk was taken, and we've seen benefits every month, every week since we did that. There were weeks here in Beam Lending, in the business I own, I didn't take a paycheck. There were months, right? But we've lived in accordance with our decision, and everything now hedges onto that. And going forward, we're very comfortable knowing we can make it. We can get through this. And I think we're seeing the fruits of those decisions right now. It's been great. Course. So our main focus is residential. We've all been doing very, very well in the residential world for a while. We do commercial. We run it as a brokerage and find partners who will take our commercial deals. A lot of what we do in the commercial side is either fallout from banks, either due to risk or whatever, and we find a home for it. That's our one of our key niches is flexibility and doing that extra work to find a place for a loan. That is. Yeah. Yeah. Beam Lending on Facebook. We're based in Layton, Utah, covering the states of Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, and Washington. Okay, so we're on break. That was good.
So just as a friendly heads up, wait till I give us the go ahead so that you can talk, because we were still on the air. It's okay. It happens. Hey, Sam. Okay, so is your mic turned on, or are you going through your computer right now? No, it hasn't changed at all. Yeah, sure. I'll call you right back.
So all of my live guys, we're talking entrepreneurship. On the Wilkinson Financial Show, you'll be able to listen to our interview more so that you can hear what's going on the other side, because Sam's asking questions and we're having a dialogue.
Can you hear me now?
And
so much better. So much better, Sam.
we will get there. I'm going to keep this thing rolling and let people watch and get off as they want to.
That's good to
But
know
we're
for
on
the
a
future.
commercial break right now, so
So, okay.
awesome.
Oh, yeah, you sound fantastic now. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This will make the interview better, too. You know, we can understand you just fine. You know, it's just with that echo, yeah, it's a little off-putting. So, but now you sound great, so should be good. The content's been good too, so I'm not worried there. So. Yeah.
Do what I can.
You were saving the show there for the first 20 minutes.
Well, you set me up really well. It was funny because no one knows the plum and the trampoline stories well, but that really shaped my childhood. I'd go sell whatever I could find to anybody out there, and I see if I can't make a buck on it. That was definitely how I was as a kid. Yep. Let's show you Sam on this screen over here. What's up, producer? There's Sam on the computer. That's right. Yeah, you're on my Facebook Live, Sam, so that's pretty cool. Yeah.
So like the VIP line? Yeah, I got that. You want me to chat it to you? On your phone? Okay.
So Trevor is, if I was only as famous as you, but yeah, I am at the radio station right now. So we are on AM 630.
Set?
Right? AM 630?
Yeah.
So it's kind of more of a Salt Lake-based station. You're probably not going to pick it up if you're watching from...
You can also download the K-Talk app, just K-Talk.
Okay.
So you can listen to the app, or you can go online to ktalkmedia.com and listen live as well.
So ktalkmedia.com, that's where you can listen live, or the K-Talk app, if you search for it in the Google Store or the Apple Store too, either one. But that'd be fun if you can hear both sides of the dialogue, because you just see me and I'm boring in this awesome room. But they talk and Samuel talks and all that stuff. But yeah, here's where we are. Oh, that's just the wall. Pretty awesome.
Got about 20 seconds, guys. Okay, we're coming in right now. Put you back, Sam.
Coming back. No problem. Okay, so it's a good story. It's pretty simple. I was recruited out of college. I have a finance undergrad, HR undergrad, and right as leaving, I headed to St. George based on the referral of a friend. My brother-in-law actually told his bosses, they came and found me. Worked in the industry, kind of a journeyman at the beginning because it was the bust. 2007, I thought money would be easy based on what I'd known from '05, '06. Definitely didn't turn out that way. Learned the craft really well. Processed loans, found loans, moved up and moved on to be a full originator, and met Matt Thompson. He was at the same company, Superior Lending, where I was then working, and he and I were instantly comrades. We're from a similar place, didn't know each other, but he's older than me. We grew up in the same town, and he was. Yep, he was. So we would squawk to each other, complain about how hard lending was in 2008, 2009. Didn't per se love our jobs at the moment because we felt the rules had tightened so much you can't give money to good people. He moved on, went to a different environment for a little while, but we kept contact. He met a guy named Brody Calder. Brody was kind of a dreamer in that sense of, hey, let's try this, let's try that, and it wasn't really working out the way he wanted it to. But then I met Brody with Matt. We instantly had a great relationship, decided to go for a company type. We were going to become managers for a larger company for a while, City First Mortgage, and I was a little more reluctant, but jumped in, and within 4 or 5 months, we weren't happy. We weren't liking the management side, having too many people tell us what to do, how you do it, not agreeing with some things. So 100%. That is exactly where I'm going. We found that every single time we landed at a different company, we found great things, but we also found things that we didn't like. And so we formulated how we would run a company. And finally, we said, this is enough. Let's do this. And we jumped out and risked everything on starting Beam Lending in 2012. And it was, the fall. You were heading into the slower time for mortgages. We didn't know where the money was going to come from or who was going to join with us, but we said we've got to do this. It's now or never, and the rest is history. It's been great, but we did find a way that even today we're still growing and adjusting how we do our business, but we found some tenets that determine how we run and why we're special. Good. Well, number one, I chose to work with Matt and Brody because of integrity. If we're going to be people of integrity, with each other, then we will be that way, and we will expect anybody who works with us to be that way with all that we work with. Every client, every partner, every affiliate, every associate, that's the way it's going to be. And now, as I'm an owner of a company of 35 plus people, I will take that basic tenet of integrity down to my employees, to my office assistants, to everybody that I do dealings with. That's number one. Number two, it's customer service and being there for those people who trust you. Whether that's, hey, let me do your mortgage. It's a great choice, but why is that a great choice? What's it for the customer? Why do they care that I'm doing their mortgage? It's because I will bend over backwards. I will go to the edge of the earth, if you will, to make sure that their needs are met, because I'm in a fiduciary position to take care of them. We make choices based on what's best for the borrower all the time, not what's best for our pocket. I'll tell you, the first thing that comes to mind of how that successfully translates is return clients. It is organic growth. Referrals grow our company much more than marketing expense, much more than advertisements, because people honestly feel that difference. They've gone to a bank. They've been treated like just, you got to fit in my box, or get out, or we'll make you fit somehow. No, that's not the way we work. We're connected with 20 different lenders. We can find that product that fits your needs and do it at a great price because we've put ourselves less expensive than a bank on purpose. Well, that translates into repeats. And I will earn a person's business every single time I do a loan for them. But now they can rest assured that, hey, I do a loan for you in a house in Sandy, and then 2 years later, you need to move and you're going to head to St. George. You'll just call me and say, Eric, take care of it. What's my best product? How can I get this house? Here's what I have to put down, or what programs do I need to know about? That is exactly how it happens. Well, let me give you three. This is what I can think of. There's a storming and norming relationship process in every single partnership. I had it with Brody and personalities when, we had ideas that didn't match. We're pretty strong personalities. I had it with Matt because he is a very meek man and wants to bend over backwards so that he's so far beyond what I think is humanly possible that sometimes I have to call him back. And we have those challenges, and that they continue today, just like in maybe compared to a marriage, is you're not the same person, you don't think the same way. Some things will always be pestering, and other things will strengthen that relationship. Well, that's happened for us. That's one. Number two, when we started this company, there were us three doing everything. Brody's wife would help with payroll. My wife would help us clean. So would Matt's. We wore 500 hats. We worked 70 hours. We worked from home. We worked from the office. We worked in the car. We worked on the bus and on the train, whatever it took, because we had to do HR. We had to do compliance and legal. We had to do advertising, marketing approvals, trainings, operations, processing, resolutions on problem loans, talking with new loan officers. All those things were there, and I think every entrepreneur will remember those things because that's what goes on. It takes a lot from you. And those still kind of go on today, but now we've hired some support staff, and now a challenge for any of us is small business needs money, and you have to navigate this river of compliance because we have more rules and laws than virtually any industry in America. 364 odd rules, laws, and administrative guidelines that we have to follow on a daily basis. That's tough. So you got to be very smart. You got to make some choices and live with them. And you have to be accountable because when an audit comes, you better be ready to go and pony up for what's gone on. So now the challenge is keep it running. Keep the money going for your people. I think the fire's within. I think that you have to have a vision and a dream. And mine is I want to provide a better life for people, whether that's clients or my workers or myself. I want to raise up and I want to be able to have a steady income stream, and I want to have a consistent way to keep working and keep providing for my family. And I knew it was going to be tough. So how hard it would be, it didn't matter. I was going to keep putting my head down and getting working. Does that make sense? Cool. We doing all right? Did I speak too early again?
No, you're good. I got you that time.
Of course. So share this with your friends and come check us out too at KTalk app on the Android store and on the Apple store, and then you can also go to ktalkmedia.com online and listen to our live interview now. And then I know that you save this, right, online?
Mm-hmm.
And it's on...
Archived on KTalk Media.
And it'll be archived on KTalk Media probably in the next little bit, and then on Wilkinson Financial Radio Show as well, right? Or that's what it'll be under.
So...
Okay.
It'll have today's date on it and everything.
Okay.
It's usually It's usually archived. It'll have your name as well.
Okay.
It's usually archived about 15-ish minutes after the show ends.
Okay.
For the hour.
Okay. So 15 minutes after the show ends today, which will be at noon Utah time, it'll be archived and available under the K-Talk media archives, and then you'll find it by the Wilkinson Financial Show, and then it'll have my name on it just with today's date. That's how you'll know it. So I suggest everybody find it.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, so it'll be 11:15 when it's available, here in about 35 minutes, approximately, since I don't know what time it is, but I think it's 10:45-ish.
It's about 10:40.
10:40.
10:42.
Okay. Very good. This is a cool experience. It's fun. Yes, you are. I work with a lot of your, comrades up in our neck of the woods who send people with financial planning as the basis for a refinance or a change in, mortgage of some kind, or to buy a property, and they have to be so cautious even when they refer them and vet me and my relationship, and I'm like, yeah, I know that feeling, guys. Don't worry about it. Whatever you need done, whatever document you need signed, I'm happy to provide, so that's good.
Seconds. Yeah, coming in.
Of course. Happy to be here. Cool. Well, a few come to mind. Maybe on a more personal level than simply as the business side is you have to have that motivation to keep going. And you need to be doing something that you enjoy. So finding that joy is important, I think, as in life, outside of work, and in work. And we've found that we love that service. I like serving others. I like helping them smile and feel good about life and get over fear, because we know the home buying experience is fearful for so many people. I love helping them overcome fear. That's one of my favorite things to do. Hey, relax. This is your first time buying a house. It's not going to be an interrogation. This is just, let's do a fact check, see what you're all about, and let's make a decision of what we can do. Relax about it. So I like that part. Finding your joy is a huge aspect of how you can continue doing any business, but especially in entrepreneurship, because if you don't find that passion, that joy of coming to work every day, answering the calls at 9 o'clock at night because you know they'll come, having the New Year's gift from the state of Wyoming be an audit letter saying, hey, it's your turn, enjoy your life, and going for the next 2 months, 2.5 months, dealing with that, rigmarole of the audit, then you're going to bail out too quickly. It's going to happen. So other things, though, are communication. I think that's a huge aspect where some entrepreneurs try to take it all on themselves. And you can run a small operation all by yourself, being a centrist and having no, delegation, no other responsibilities spread out. But as I've grown and we've gotten into the 80 million a year mark, 90 million a year mark in originations, passing these levels where it was impossible with 3 people before for us, you need to involve others. But with that involvement comes the need of ultra communication, because you have to know how to talk with someone when they've done their job well and give them love in a sense, but also give them love when they have not done their job well and when they've cost you big bucks or loss of a relationship or loss of a loan offer. Whatever it might be, you have to be able to communicate your feelings, your desires, your goals, your aspirations to that person without offending them so much that they leave thinking that you're a jerk and they never want to see your face again. You have to do that too when a client has a negative for their loan situation and it doesn't happen for them, or find something out that's going to elevate costs because of an error or whatever it may be. Communicate, and if people can do that, I think entrepreneurs will have a great experience. Well, you remember me as a surf bum in Hawaii, happy as can be, right? That serenity can be found when you're not at the beach with no money and no shoes. You can find that serenity having entanglements in all sorts of investments and doing your job on a day-to-day basis just by your mindset. And I think that develops with entrepreneurs, that you just have to have that. You can be focused and driven, but don't lose that, like you're talking, that just happiness, that consistent good feeling. You can achieve that and maintain that. And I think that's vital, to be honest with you, with long life, stability in home and at work and at your church, whatever it may be. You have to find that balance. And I think many in my position who are young in the entrepreneurial world could lose that. Could lose to just working, digging, fighting. But luckily, I have partners who have always kept me in line. I have a partner in my wife who keeps me grounded and understanding what's the most important, and that's time with her and my kids, and that's devotion to God. Those things have to be that primary objective. Then I believe you set short-term goals, medium-length goals, and then the long-term overall, what do I want to accomplish in my career or in my life? And I think so many get stuck on, I want to accomplish, but I want it now. The long-term goals, that they lose that serenity, that good feeling, and we need to change and just look at the short term in a day-to-day, what can I do to improve today, and then take a little bit of happiness from one day's improvement and help that overcome that next day's disappointment. And then you'll keep on motoring instead of, woe's me, my life sucks, I'm so upset because I can't accomplish my goals. No, you can. Just give it time. And that's one of the biggest keys that I would tell any entrepreneur listening is give it time. Don't rush it. That's the biggest missed thing, I think, with entrepreneurs today, because there's so many millennials going that they want what their parents have worked for 50 years to have. They want it now. You don't need it right now. Find your happy. Of course. Well, my final thoughts are this. Don't be afraid to get out there and get your hands dirty, if you will, in this world of business. There's a million things to do. There's a million ways to make money. And there's a million ways that you can find happiness while working. Because we all need to work. We all need to make something of ourselves. And it doesn't matter where you come from. I can't say that I've not been blessed. I haven't been raised in a situation where it was absolutely no money and no economic opportunities and no educational opportunities. But I was able to transcend where my family started, farmers to a welder to now I've got a master's degree in business and I own a company that's thriving and I'm very proud of. We can do that if we believe in the basic tenets of hard work, honesty, integrity, communication, ethics and stick-to-itiveness and finding joy. That's the overall goal. So I do find a lot of happiness. I find it in my family. I find it in my church. I find it in my work. I find it in my hobbies. If anybody is interested in more about me, come find me at work, beamlending.com. Come send me a message. Call Sam and he'll hook you up and we can talk. Those are things that I'm more than happy to help with.
We're off, gentlemen. We're off.
Cool. Well, thank you. That was fun. We're off.